Hey, I think we can go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone. We're pleased to have you at our Intro to Fitwel webinar. My name is Matt Rouse. I am the Director of Business Development, and today we'll be taking you through a little bit of an introduction to Fitwel. We'll be talking through the importance of healthy buildings, a little bit about Fitwel and what we do and what we offer, and some tools and resources that you can use moving forward. Um, and I will go ahead and share my screen and we'll get started with the PowerPoint. And I want to say a quick thank you to Janelle. This is our first webinar on this topic this year. And so we are, forgive us for any sort of hiccups as we get started in this webinar. But I want to thank you for joining us today. And we do have the chat open. You can submit any questions that you might have for us along the way. Or if you would like to schedule an appointment to speak with me or one of our representatives, we'd be happy to do so. Just put a comment in there and we will track those and follow up with you after this event. But again, thank you for joining us and apologies for starting a little bit late here. We just wanted to give people a chance to enter the room and now we'll get started. So first off, we're going to talk a little bit about our history and how we came about. And this is kind of a timeline of how Fitwel and healthy buildings came about. Public health and the built environment have been interconnected for centuries, from the creation of Central Park as the lungs of the city in 1857 to modern efforts in workplace wellness. Cities and buildings have long been shaped by public health priorities. In the 1900s, New York City transformed its built environment to address the greatest threat of the time, which was infectious disease. At that point, more than 57% of the population was dying of infectious diseases like typhoid, yellow fever, and tuberculosis. At that point, more than 57% of the population was dying of infectious diseases. The Tenant Act of 1901 became the first design guidance to ensure basic standards for light and clean air, clean water, zoning laws, subways, and sanitation systems all were implemented, leading to a 46% reduction in deaths after infectious disease by 1940, long before antibiotics became widespread. Fast forward to the 2010s when Mayor Michael Bloomberg wanted to attract talent and business to New York City. Data revealed that people sought a working environment optimized for their quality of life. The solution, Bloomberg's administration launched the Active Design Initiative. The legacy of public health improvement leveraging our built environment sets the stage for the next chapter of healthy building strategies. As a global nonprofit, CFAD is committed to advancing design strategies that foster healthier and more engaged communities. In 2016, CFAD won a competitive bid process led by CDC and GSA to become the sole operator of Fitwel. Fitwel officially became launched to the public in March 2017. Since then, CFAD has overseen its development, certification process, and global implementation. Active Design Advisors Inc., or a day, serves as the business unit that promotes and administers Fitwel across key markets, while CFAD focuses on ensuring its seamless adoption by scaling operations and expanding its market presence. We're proud to say that our own CEO, Joanna Frank, played a leadership role in the creation and growth of who we are today. Through CFAD, A Day, and Fitwel, our three brands, our collective companies, we translate the and promote decades of public health research into actionable strategies for the real estate industry. Leveraging the built environment to enhance quality of life isn't revolutionary, but optimizing that impact through data certainly is. So let's talk a little bit about the value of healthy buildings. Now let's explore why health-focused buildings are becoming essential in today's commercial real estate market. The demand for healthy buildings is growing rapidly, driven by tenant, employee, and investor expectations, so all directions. Fitwel provides a proven framework to meet these evolving needs while delivering measurable value. The workplace is evolving 60% of corporate real estate leaders. Um, Real estate leaders anticipate increased office space utilization, which we're already seeing, in the next 5 years, and 65% plan to expand their CRE budgets by 2030, prioritizing adaptability and workplace efficiency. Businesses recognize the value of health-focused workplaces, and they will pay a premium for buildings with health and well-being credentials. And here's yet an example of the importance of healthy building and an important statistic. Understanding and focus on health to value is our focus at Fitwel. It's one of our core pillars. Fitwel certified healthy buildings command an effective rent premium of 4.4 to 7.7% per square foot compared to non-certified peers, demonstrating the tangible value of prioritizing occupant health. And yet another stat showing that 65% of global investors cite health and wellness as a top ESG priority in real estate investments. 75% of business leaders consider ESG criteria to be important to their business strategy. Demand for healthy buildings. 71% of residents value healthy building features in their apartment. 75% of employees now expect their workplaces to support health and well-being, while 91% of investors prioritize investment in healthier buildings. All right, so let's take a look at this slide, key drivers of NPS and residential rent. There are three main components here: health, food access, operations, and location. So there's a positive correlation between your Fitwel score and how your building performs as a healthy building and the Net Promoter Score, which contributes to how well your building is, how healthy your building is, and the happiness of the occupants that live there. Companies investing in healthier environments and seeing real benefits, higher employee productivity, improved retention rates, and stronger overall satisfaction. As health continues to shape leasing and investment decisions, well-being metrics are being increasingly integrated into asset performance benchmarks, influencing valuation models, investor confidence, and long-term real estate strategies. So now we've talked a little bit about healthy buildings. Let's talk more about Fitwel and our standard. Fitwel is a scalable, science-backed certification system that integrates public health research and practical real estate solutions. It is created to provide a cost-effective and accessible way for property owners, developers, and tenants to implement health-driven strategies that enhance occupant well-being and asset value. For centuries, public health has shaped how we design and operate the spaces where we live, work, and gather. From early sanitation systems to modern active design principles, history has shown that the built environment has the power to improve lives. Fitwel builds on this legacy, integrating over 100 years of public health research to ensure that every building, no matter its age, size, or budget, can be optimized to enhance health, well-being, and resilience. Our vision is very clear. Buildings should actively contribute to stronger, healthier communities while driving measurable value for owners and investors. By translating public health insights into real estate specific strategies, Fitwel is bridging the gap between research and action. Fitwel's impact is global and rapidly growing. We are very proud of the growth that we've seen so far. Today, over 2.6 million people work and live in Fitwel certified buildings with more than 1.2 billion square feet of space registered or certified across over 60 countries. We are truly a global brand. Fitwel is also very different from other certifications you might have seen. Every strategy within Fitwel is grounded in science, backed by 7,000 plus global research studies, ensuring a data-driven, research-backed approach to improving health and well-being across the built environment. Fitwel was created with a clear purpose to bring public health research into real estate. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, the USA's leading public health authority, spearheaded the development of Fitwel to ensure it is grounded in science and built to improve health outcomes at scale. Alongside the CDC, the General Services Administration, or the GSA, as we all know it, which oversees one of the largest real estate portfolios in the United States, played a crucial role in testing Fitwel across multiple building types before its public launch. Fitwel is accessible. We are scientifically rigorous and practical to implement, making it a tool that works across all asset types. Fitwell's impact is structured around seven core health impact categories. They're shown here. One is impacts surrounding community health, reduces morbidity and absenteeism, instills feelings of well-being, promotes social equity, enhances access to healthy foods, promotes occupant safety, and increases physical activity. Every Fitwel certified building has data-backed health benefits aligned with ESG priorities, tenant demand, and long-term asset value. Those are all things that we consider as we're creating our standard. So what do we do? Fitwel and our new V3 standard and smart platform is more than just a certification. It's a strategic tool that enables real estate leaders to implement evidence-based health improvements while differentiating their portfolios, excuse me. Fitwel is designed to be practical, sociable, and adaptable across all asset types. It includes actionable strategies that enhance tenant satisfaction, well-being, as well as retention. ESG alignment tools helping users integrate health into sustainability commitments, expert guidance, and digital tools to streamline the certification and benchmark process. Um, so the next is tenant demand and investor demand. We're seeing an increase in tenant demand. You can see here 78% of millennials value the workplace quality and job searches. 71% of residents prioritize health building features. They're actually actively searching for these. Investor demand, 90% of investors want to know how you prioritize ESG aligned investments before they make an investment. 92% of investors expect demand for healthy buildings to continue to grow. Fitwel certified spaces promote well-being and satisfaction. We align with ESG reporting requirements. It's very easy to take your report and translate it over to an ESG annual report. Fitwel provides actionable insights through standardization data, which we'll show here in a minute. Okay, so why Fitwel? We've talked a little bit about the standard, but here we'll dive into it a little bit more. Um, we commonly hear from clients that Fitwel is data driven, and they love our online platform. Certification often comes with significant challenges, but Fitwel simplifies the process with its streamlined, intuitive online platform. By eliminating the need for on-site visits, Fitwel enables faster implementation and ensures efficiency, making us very different and very unique in the marketplace. Scalability, whether certifying a single building or rolling out an at-scale solution for a portfolio or fund, Fitwel delivers flexible, scalable solutions tailored to the diverse needs of real estate portfolios. We have proven ROI. Fitwel, this is a common question we get. Fitwell certified spaces deliver measurable outcomes, including higher tenant satisfaction, increased retention rates, and enhanced asset value. All of these things you should expect when investing in a Fitwel certification. Flexible requirements. Fitwel removes rigid requirements, allowing users to leverage a dynamic scoring system that adapts to their specific project goals and operational budgets. And we're very cost effective. We know that budgets can be tight, especially with higher interest rates right now. And you will find that the return on investment is even better with Fitwel. We start at just $7,500 for a full asset certification. Our social performance, or FSP, which is our at scale solution, starts at just $1,000. It offers a practical, affordable certification that ensures measurable impact while remaining accessible to portfolios of all sizes. So bottom line, Fitwel transforms the way we think about health and value in real estate, and that's what we're focused on. We are very proud to be an industry leader in health and wellness building certification. Fitwel, as you can see with the GRESB logo here, received GRESB credit recognition, reinforcing Fitwel's alignment with global sustainability reporting standard. Both products are asset certification as well as FSP. Both are recognized by GRESB, which is a really important for those that report in, and has led to great growth in our performance and in the last year. So a common question we get from clients are, what are some scorecard topics, and how does it relate, and what are the strategies that we may see in a scorecard? We can certainly share that information with you, and we're happy to. Here are just a few kind of highlights for you to see kind of what to expect when going through certification. New Fitwel users often ask about this, so I wanted to make sure to highlight it. Location and walkability is one. Access to green spaces, daylight, and active amenities. Policies such as, what is your tobacco policy? What is, as far as smoke-free policies, is there healthy food available and where, as well as beverage, clean water. Those are types of things that you should expect to see. Stair use, the design of the stairs, the accessibility of the stairs, the attraction to the stairs, including artwork, chandeliers, things that draw attention to using stairs versus the elevator, which also reduces cost in operating the building. If more people are taking stairs versus elevator. And then amenities, break areas, multi-purpose rooms, and outdoor spaces, who has access, what's available to them, and how does it support the well-being. All of that is talked about in our strategies, as well as backed by our research. And then we have an example here. Again, going back to just, we are a very data-driven company. One of the highlights here is regarding heat island effect. We found that through research that reducing the heat island effect lowers air temperatures, reduces mortality and hospitalization risks during extreme heat events, which we have seen an increase of across the globe. Green roofs are up to Fahrenheit cooler than conventional roofs, improving occupant comfort and reducing cooling costs. The financial impact in residential settings, heat mitigation strategies can yield up to $50 per reduced degree in rental premiums and over $1,000 in energy savings per building. So a huge impact and important to invest in um, for a healthy environment as well as better for the neighboring buildings and the community. So how does Fitwel work and what do we offer? So let's go through that now as part two of our presentation. So far we've covered the healthy buildings. Now we'll focus on what Fitwel offers. Fitwel provides two complementary certification pathways to help real estate leaders track, validate, and enhance health and ESG performance at different levels. So we talked a little bit, and I mentioned what we offer. There are two complementary offerings. I would say there's actually three. One is you can register your asset on our smart platform, which gives you access to our scorecards. You can begin reading about the research studies behind each one of our strategies, go through the strategies, answer yes or no to each one. Another great benefit to just registering a project is also looking at the gap analysis, and the gap analysis will tell you what opportunities there are with each asset. That is only $500 to register an asset on our platform. So no matter if you plan to take it through a full asset certification or you're looking at maybe an entity-wide at-scale approach for your fund for certification, registration is a great way just to start to take a look at each asset individually. Fitwel Social Performance is our at-scale solution. It provides a benchmark option as well as full certification. It is GRESB recognized, like I mentioned, for partial plus, so zero 0.6 points. Full asset certification is our asset certification that applies Fitwel's science-backed health strategies to individual properties. And that's the one that we started with and has been around for years. We just launched our brand new V3 standard this year, which provides more pathways to achieve each of the standards. All of these are third-party validation. So the Center for Active Design manages our certification team who go through after you've documented each and every strategy and submitted it for certification. They go through and approve it and provide the certification feedback. So looking specifically at social performance, and or what we call FSP. It is our at-scale solution. There are no prerequisites to this. There are no minimum score requirements. It's a very easy lift. Our team supports you along the way as you're going through this certification. It's 100% entity coverage, so all your assets can qualify no matter what type of asset it is or where it's located or conditions. We provide support so that you can go through the certification process very smoothly. As far as looking at some of the scorecard data and the research and reporting that we have, here's a sample report for social performance. So you can see kind of what's involved. What's really important here is not only are you getting to see both at the asset level, but also the fund level, how you're performing. It also has not only how you're performing against the strategies that are included, but also the peer data, which people find extremely valuable. And that peer data will just continue to grow and with more data as we have more users and more people using both our V3 standard for asset certification as well as our FSP at scale product. These reports, we've received great feedback from our users for the past about year and a half. Now, social performance is priced very well, and that the validated benchmark, so that's our certification, is $1,000 per asset. That includes the GRES recognition. You can also do a benchmark, just a self-generated benchmark, that's 750. And right now we're offering a special promotion where you can get 10% off all of our pricing through March 15th. So just starting and submitting um, your certification can qualify you for this discount. I should mention as well, we do provide bespoke pricing. So depending on how many assets are in your fund and you'd like to put through, you can absolutely request and work with us directly. And please take advantage of emailing me. I'd be happy to get you a proposal and talk a little bit more about what pricing would look like for your particular fund and asset mix. So that leads us to our other product, which is asset certification. A lot of you may already be familiar with this through your research and familiarity with certifications. But asset certification incorporates health promoting features for occupants. We launched V3 this year with based on the research we've done over the last 3 years. Our last certification, I believe, had over 3,000 research studies. This one is based on over 7,000, or our first actually had 3,000 research studies. Now we're at over 7,000 global research studies that are backing our standard. And so we're very proud of the new standard and what it looks like. And we've received great feedback so far on this particular standard. What happens after you achieve asset certification or social performance, the FSP? We provide you with plaques and certificates so you can talk about and promote healthy building. That gives your local and regional marketing teams certainly more reason and ways to promote your particular your asset for achieving Fitwel certification. The different star ratings, we have a 1 star, we have a 2 star, and we have a 3 star. Through asset certification, which does have the point value associated with it, the minimum point value to achieve Fitwel certification is a 90 point. 2 stars is 105 points, and 3 stars, which is our top performers, is 125 points out of a total point value of 144. And after you see the scorecard and have gone through each of the different strategies, you'll see that each strategy is weighted with a particular point value that tells you the kind of impact that it has on the performance of your particular asset when it comes to becoming a healthy building and healthy for the occupants. But it also will help you achieve one of those 3 ratings, the 1, 2, or 3 stars. And here's a quick photo of different plaques that we have. You can get a decal for your front door. There's plaques that you can put outside your office. So a variety of different ways. Asset certification is good for 3 years. Our social performance, our FSP, is good for 1 year because of that peer data. We want to, it's encouraged to certify every 1 year. And then again, asset certification is good for 3 years. Recertification, it comes with a 20% discount. And with our current promotional discount of 10%, that's a total savings of 30%. So if you or your business has an asset that is ready for recertification with Fitwel, you can save up to 30% right now. And then as far as pricing for asset certification through V3, here are some of the different scorecards and asset types that we have certified. So you can see there's quite a variety and any asset is eligible. You can start with registration, which is a $500 fee that again gets you access to our platform, gets the project registered, and then you can start going through the scorecard, either design or built. And then the pricing for certification, once you've filled out the scorecard and submitted or you're ready to submit all the documentation, the pricing for up to 50,000 or 49,999 square feet is $7,500. And then pricing goes up from there. Anything over 3 million, we can absolutely work with you on pricing for those large projects. We've also certified sites. So if you have a development, we can certainly certify those as well. In Dubai, we're working on a project where we're certifying an entire island under the site scorecard. We have other projects in Florida and other regions where it's an entire development. So that's something we can also do. So the first 20 acres is $14,000, and then prices go up from there. As I mentioned, there's different pathways and scorecards to for V3, our asset certification, as well as FSP. You can go through design or built, depending on if your project is already existing and occupied, or if it's in the design phase. We can help answer any questions that you have about what's required of you as you go through that process. The building scorecards for FSP, we have 6 different scorecards, or actually 7, including single family now. And we can walk you through what those scorecards look like, what the strategies are, and answer any questions on an individual basis. Feel free to email me, and I'd be happy to schedule a one-on-one to talk through that in more detail. As far as the process to going through certification, it's very easy. Here are the 7 steps to achieve certification. Number 1 is to register your project. Again, that gives you access to the scorecard, and then going through each of the different strategies, answering yes or no, and then starting to document. There's a benchmarking process, the documentation process before you submit it for review. After you've submitted it for review by our by CFAD, who manages our certification team, that third-party review will also give you an opportunity to respond to any strategies that you may not have achieved. And then once you've achieved certification, that is good for 3 years. And finally, the 7th step is in 3 years going through the recertification. We're very proud of our new platform that launched last year. We're continuing to make small iterations to make it even that much better, based on client feedback after seeing the platform and having a walkthrough. They love how the dashboard gives very clear performance on each of the different health impact categories. In the upper right-hand corner, there's actually also a button for the gap analysis, which tells you where there's opportunities for investment in improving that particular asset or the fund. And then if you drill down a little bit further on this page, you could see each individual asset that's part of that fund and their performance on each one. You can also track which ones are certified, which ones are in progress. It's just a very clean, easy to understand look, as well as people have said that it's very easy to take this information and translate it over to their ESG reporting. We have different resources that we can provide. If you're a consultant, for example, who is working with your clients, we have different tools to help you talk about social performance. We are currently in the process of having calls with our consultant partners and provider partners to provide assistance in how to talk about Fitwel, what information might be important to their clients, and providing tools such as presentations, as well as kind of one-pagers or primers, as we call them, that will help you give a quick, whether it's 5 minutes or you have 45 minutes to talk through Fitwel, we have the tools to kind of help you do that. Now let's talk through some of the industry leaders. Here we've focused on one of our partners, Greystar, which we're proud to have as one of our partners. But we have, to get involved in Fitwel, we have our ambassadors. Our ambassador course is an accreditation. This gives you the opportunity as an individual to earn accreditation, understand the Fitwel standard, the products that we offer, and the logic behind it. It also gives you special benefits, such as the resources to talk about healthy buildings and certification, um, and other tools such as marketing leverage. So we'll promote you as an ambassador. We promote those also that have the most projects going through our system. You get to add that to your resume and LinkedIn to let people know that you've been through the ambassador course. But we can provide more information about that after this call. Our champion companies are those that are power users of the Fitwel. So that's champion companies and champion providers. There's examples of both in the description here. Those are the ones that are usually doing about 10 to 20 projects per year or more, and we're proud to have them as part of um, our partners. Just for some social proof and who's kind of using Fitwel, that's a common question that we get. You can see here kind of all the different brands and partners that we have working with us today. And it looks like we are coming up on time. So with that, I sped through some of this, so my apologies, but I'm happy to take you through in more detail some of the things that we've covered today. I appreciate you joining us today. This was our first run at an introduction this year, and thank you for your attention. Janelle, if you would put my email address in the chat, please reach out to me. I'm happy to schedule a one-on-one to talk more about all things Fitwel, healthy buildings, and how we can help you achieve your ESG goals in 2025. And if you have a project that's ready to get started, please scan the QR code. We encourage you to go ahead, even if you don't have a project today, to go ahead and register on our platform. That way, you can stay in touch with us, and we will be in touch soon. After today's call, we'll provide a recording so you have this to watch again, as well as we'll provide some resources for you. If you have questions, we'll also provide an FAQ. I'll also be reaching out individually to answer those questions and set up a time for a call if you'd like. With that, I think we can go ahead and wrap. Thank you again for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you on next month's call.